speaking live at the Los Angeles Coliseum, where tonight the USC Trojans are planning some tricks to treat the howling fans as they take on the #2 undefeated Oregon Ducks. The Ducks have spooked their opponents with a haunting offense, but a quality opponent, the Trojans, will be looking tonight to make a little duck soup. Welcome, everybody, with Kirk Herbstreit. I'm Brent Musburger. Thanks for dropping by. One thing is for sure, we can wind up with a very high-scoring game, especially these Oregon Ducks.
Boy, these Ducks right now are probably the most explosive offense in the country, 55 points a game. You know, the concern coming into the year was how would this offense execute without a quarterback? Masoli was gone, and all of a sudden Darron Thomas has stepped up. To me, become one of the interesting stories. He leads this attack tonight. Monty Kiffin, the defensive coordinator from USC, has had 2 weeks to get his defense ready for this tempo. You know he's determined to stop LaMichael James, which I think means Darron Thomas once again will have to prove that he's ready to take on a challenge and lead this Ducks offense.
Herbie, we saw Matt Barkley locking into this game tonight. One thing's for sure, he is a vastly improved quarterback.
Well, I think probably the most improved quarterback in the country. 20 touchdowns, only 4 interceptions. You can see the improvement from last year to this year. And the thing that stands out to me now is he not only does he have experience himself, he has a more talented group around him, and he trusts his wide receivers, Ronald Johnson on one side and the true freshman Robert Woods on the other. At the very least, this could be a shootout.
Gorgeous night for football here in Southern California. Huge crowd on hand. Lane Kiffin in his first year as the USC head coach, standing by with the third member of our team, Aaron Andrews. Let's go to Aaron.
Brent, thanks. Well, you just won the toss. Why decide to take the ball?
You ever seen Oregon play offense?
In fact, I have. And speaking of that with your defense, I know you've been asked all week about keeping up with their speed. What is key in keeping your guys fresh?
We're going to have to play a lot of guys. We're going to have to make plays when we're there and take care of the ball in offense.
Your players all week have been saying it's our Super Bowl. You came back and said, no, it's not. They're emotional. How do you keep them in check?
Well, they're excited. Obviously, the #1 team in the country is coming in here to play, and they've blown everybody out. So let's have some fun.
Thanks for your time. All right, Brent.
Thank you, Aaron. On the other sideline, Chip Kelly, second season, winning at an 85% clip. So Rob Beard with the ball on the tee, and the Duck has made the trip south. Now Robert Woods, the sensational freshman number 13, is back. And Herbie, we've had 2 straight weeks of the opening kickoff return for a touchdown. They're going to put Havili back there to try and be his protector. So here is the young man. You'll see him tonight as a wide receiver, one of the best freshmen in the country. We'll try to give the Trojans field position here early. Through and powers his way to the 35-yard line, and now here comes the talented sophomore Matt Barkley.
Well, this sophomore, as you said, Brent, he just has so much more experience. His preparation has improved. Runs an NFL-style offense. One thing to remember, USC in 2 weeks of preparation worked a lot with their first-team offense, getting their first-team defense ready for a hurry-up, and they liked it so much, they may throw that little wrinkle in tonight with Barkley and the Trojans offense.
Mark Tyler will line up as the I-back. He will be your starting tailback here for the Trojans, and they're going to go right down the middle to the freshman Woods on their first play. We've had 2 plays. Woods has returned to kickoff, and now Robert Woods has caught his first pass of the game, and that's for 17 yards.
This is, if you're not familiar with this quarterback, Matt Barkley, Brent and I talked about in the open that he's playing right now at a level that I don't think there's another quarterback that has the confidence that he has coming into this game, and he likes to get the ball downfield vertically in a hurry.
Tyler, Wendell Tyler's son, picks up 8 yards on that first down carry.
It's a balanced attack for SC. They still love to run the football, and they want to get you to appreciate that. But I think the difference is Ronald Johnson is healthy. The veteran, the senior on one side, is explosive and a dynamic playmaker. And Brent talked about Robert Woods, maybe one of the most interesting and impactful true freshmen there we have this year in college football.
Here comes the version of the Wildcat. Mark Tyler will take the direct snap with Johnson coming through on the jet fake, and there is the first down. Across the 30-yard line, so a wrinkle that the Trojans have worked on all season long. John Boyette comes up to make the stop from his safety position for the Ducks.
The other thing about this offense, which makes any offense good, Brent, is they have a veteran athletic offensive line that can control things. You know, Oregon comes in with all the hype, but this defense from the Ducks, this will be their biggest challenge that they have faced, because not just Barkley and all the skill, but also a veteran up front in front of Barkley.
They're going to use Havili now as the tailback. He gets the handoff, and he runs to daylight on the left side into the red zone. Another Trojan first down and an impressive opening drive. 12 more yards.
Left tackle 75. Khalil gets a great seal block to the inside, opening that up for Havili. And Havili, one of the more versatile backs you'll see in the Pac-10, maybe the country, known as a fullback, but has that ability with his size at about, he's about 6'1", 225 pounds, to still run the football very effectively.
Mark Tyler returns as the tailback. Left side again, and he slips at the 15-yard line, where it will be 2nd down and 6 coming up for the Trojans. Now in the red zone, the USC Trojans have been good this year, Harvey.
Yeah, we talked with Lane Kiffin about that, and you can see the numbers. They don't lie. What I found interesting is how aggressive Lane Kiffin is as a play caller in the red zone, not waiting to 3rd down to throw the ball with Barkley. And that goes back to his confidence. Most of Barkley's touchdowns have come down inside the 20-yard line.
Osbury out far to the right. Ronald Johnson is down to the left. And they come back with a running play, and the Ducks were ready for it. And that is Brandon Bear who makes the stop. And now it will be 3rd down, and a big 3rd down for the Trojans coming up.
And that is a matchup that concerns USC. Brandon Bear is a big man at 6'7", 275 pounds. Coming into tonight, he had 13 tackles for a loss, so he's able to get penetration, and he's matched up against Butch Lewis, who's probably the weakest link up front for USC.
Need 7 for the first down. Short 3-step drop, fires, knocked down. Well defended by Talmadge Jackson, the senior from Marietta, California.
Boy, this is getting a jump on the ball, reading the receiver, and that's just great instincts from a corner out on an island, understanding the down and distance, understanding the keys and the tendencies of this SC offense, and he jumped the route just in time to deflect that ball away. Great play by Jackson. Here
is a part of the game where the Trojans have struggled. A 32-yard field goal attempt coming up. And this time, Joe Houston on the money puts them up by 3.
I'm proud to be a healthcare professional.
Huddling up, ready to handle the ball for the first time, yielding a field goal on the Trojans' first drive. Jacob Harfman, the punter, who also wears number 10, will kick it off. And this is the freshman Josh Huff, who's coming out for the goal line for Oregon. Just short of the 25-yard line, and here comes the young man from the Houston, Texas area, Darron Thomas.
He's really brought a lot to this offense. Keeping in mind, he's got a lot of experience around him. He's understood the importance of just taking what a defense will give you. Oregon always comes into a new game with a certain idea of what they think they might do, but it takes a series or two to understand how this defense might happen to try to defend him. My thought is SC's going to crowd the line to try to take away LaMichael James in the running game.
And they're putting LaMichael James in motion and now bring him back to the quarterback, and he'll get the handoff and busts out. on first down. Here is one of the best running backs in the nation. The young man who is in the discussion for the Heisman Trophy, 19 yards on his first carry.
And they're going to go hurry up here. Carson York with a great block. This is exactly what USC, a poor tackling team coming into tonight, cannot afford to see. LaMichael James in space.
Darron Thomas's first pass on the money. Ripped a fastball, and they are into Trojan territory. Kennard makes the stop on 2-A.
You know, 2 weeks to prepare is one thing. It's one thing to draw it up on a grease board and say, okay, this is what we're going to do. It's another thing to go out and execute it against the tempo and the speed of Darron Thomas and the Ducks.
The point-a-minute Ducks, averaging 55 a game. Get the call from the sideline. A little bit of confusion in the backfield. Plenty of time now. And Thomas up under center. That jet end around. Slips one tackle, and Jeff Maehl is brought down on the far side by Kennard.
When Jeff Maehl went into motion, the linebackers just everybody moved to the right of the defensive side.
Quick snap. Thomas rolling to the right, has daylight, terrific runner out of bounds at the 41-yard line, and suddenly the Trojans have forced a third down here. Michael Morgan came over.
That's a major accomplishment for Monty Kiffin, who's upstairs to the far left in the hat, to get Oregon into third down and long, where they're usually in third and short. This is something that this offense is not used to seeing.
Has time, fires complete, first down. Across the 30-yard line, Thomas hits Jeff Maehl.
Brent, great job by the offensive line, picking up a twist, a little bit of a stunt up front, communicated well on the road, picked up the blitz, gave Darron Thomas enough time for Jeff Maehl to break free into that zone.
Now Jeff Maehl goes out to the left. They put 3 receivers out there. Ball across the 30-yard line after a gain of 10 yards.
The only thing slowing him down is the umpire.
Jordan, who is our umpire here tonight. And here's LaMichael James cutting into the thick of that defense, and Harris making the stop.
Chess match here early. You have a head coach and Chip Kelly who's evaluating every play and every motion and seeing what USC does to set up the next play. He's just evaluating to see how SC's trying to defend him, to try to make the adjustments on the fly.
Second down. Thomas pulls it back. Juggled, incomplete. Had his man, and David Paulson, the junior tight end, couldn't hold on.
Back to third down and long for Thomas and the Ducks. Paulson's got to hold on to that football. Oregon's trying to get the linebackers from USC and the safeties out in space, trying to defend the speed of the Oregon skill.
Thomas, straight back, has a man wide open for a first down at the 15-yard line. Jeff Maehl again, and they are moving Maehl from side to side.
This third down and long has been a problem for SC's defense all year. To the far left, watch Jeff Maehl just ends up coming off of that route, and Sharice Wright, most experienced corner for SC, continued downfield with his eyes on the quarterback.
First down in the red zone. Fake now to James, fires in zone, touchdown, and again it is Jeff Maehl, number 23, wide open 3 times on this scoring drive for the Ducks.
And ladies and gentlemen, that's the clinic that the Oregon Ducks have been putting on the entire 2010 season. This time it actually took them a little bit longer. 2 minutes and 24 seconds. 9 plays, 76 yards. Play action. Now look at this.
They're going for the 2. And they've got it. It is 8-0. That's an audible read as Costa went into the backfield.
If you need cash now, here's how to get up.
down on a beautiful scene on a gorgeous Saturday night here. Los Angeles Coliseum. Oregon's second possession of the game. Darron Thomas, number 1, leads him out. LaMichael James alongside. And here is James, and he is stoned. And Aaron, what was the mood of this Trojan defense down on the field after the Ducks scored?
Very confident, Brent, saying they don't have anything, they can't block us. Ed Orgeron asking, can you line up in time?
Yeah, that becomes a big factor as incomplete. Darron Thomas, and they've juggled some players in that secondary. Pressure that time was being brought by Michael Morgan. There's Orgeron. Armstead and Morgan were in, and you can see Orgeron on the sideline. He motivates and he recruits. 3rd and 9. So they've got him in 3rd and long again. And it dropped. They had another one. Good play by Sharice Wright, the veteran that time, on Jeff Maehl.
Sharice Wright is the veteran. This is well timed up actually by Darron Thomas and Jeff Maehl, but give Wright all the credit. Maehl had that football, but Wright's able to knock it away with his left hand to prevent Maehl from coming up with that first down. This time the Trojans come up big on 3rd down.
3 and out is very important when you're playing the Ducks. You don't get it very often. Jackson Rice will punt it away. And back is Ronald Johnson, the other speedster wide receiver, the veteran. Looking to swing to the right and find an alley. He's got it. Terrific return across midfield.
And this could be a big factor in this game. Ronald Johnson averaging 18 yards a return, and he gets a lot of credit for his quickness, but some great blocks by USC to set this up down the right side, the alley to the right side. He timed it up. He was patient here early, and then this is where the alley is set up to the right. Oregon very, very fortunate that Johnson didn't take that all the way back.
27-yard return, and USC across midfield at the 48-yard line with Mark Tyler back in as the Trojan running back.
And Barkley again all the way up to the top. Tyler getting the direct snap.
Here comes the direct snap again to Tyler, and he'll have to Johnson. Trickery, back to Barkley. Barkley going down deep. Incomplete, and interference called. Woods is being defended by Eddie Pleasant, and the flag falls on the coverage.
Pass interference. Number 11 on the defense. 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
Again, Brent, we see it every week. Obviously, Pleasant didn't have his head turned around. He grabbed a hold of Ronald Johnson, or Robert Woods, rather, to try to prevent him from getting into the end zone. Woods doing a very good job there of kind of baiting the safety Pleasant to come up, and then he was able to go by him, and the only chance at all that Pleasant had was just to grab onto him.
Now Barkley going back out to the right again. They put Tyler right back in that spot. Havili is to his left. Very rarely do you see this twice in a row like this with Barkley, and there is a penalty flag. You saw the movement.
It looked like Bear moved. Brandon Bear, the defensive tackle.
Offside on the defense, number 88. 5-yard penalty. Remains first down.
That's the young man who converted the two-point conversion, and now he gives back 5 yards. And the Trojans are at the 28 here, Herbie.
USC trying to come up with, as you said in the open, a few tricks here on Halloween with Barkley leaving the quarterback spot already a few times in this game.
Now there's number 7 back in the shotgun formation. And they motion Johnson out of the backfield to give themselves 3 receivers over to the left. Barkley, though, comes back with the screen to Woods on the right side. And Woods with the somersault at the 10-yard line. And Boyette with the hit for the Ducks.
really good job of mixing up the play calling. And this is just showing the explosiveness of Robert Woods, who's starting to settle in. The last 2 games coming into tonight, he had 19 catches for 340 yards and 5 touchdowns. And I just think it's more about him getting more and more comfortable with reading defenses and playing faster. Great example of it right there.
From the 11-yard line, the first down with Tyler. Tyler close to the 5-yard line.
In this pro-style offense with Barkley and his backs, the tight end and the fullback, dangerous weapons for any defense to try to defend, especially on these early downs, 1st and 2nd down. They like to try to find a matchup to their liking with Havili and Rhett Ellison.
Offensive coordinator and play caller, head coach Lane Kiffin. 2nd down. Quick hit to Woods, cuts inside toward the goal, and they have a first down and not a touchdown. That's what it appears that the field judge will mark it down. Cliff Harris with the coverage.
About a 7-yard cushion this time from Cliff Harris against Robert Woods. And Matt Barkley just aborted the play and just saw that, said, I'll take that every single time, and just threw it out there to the freshman, and he almost got into the end zone.
The power I formation. Havili is in front of Tyler. Keeps on moving toward that goal line. It'll be a 2nd down.
Oregon takes a lot of pride in this area, trying to make SC work for this, of course. One of the better defenses in the country in the red zone.
One of the things about this drive, it is keeping the ball out of the hands of the Ducks.
Great point. Great point. That's maybe their best defense tonight.
Now 2nd and goal. Tyler into the end zone. USC regains the lead. Now Lane Kiffin has been known to go for 2-point conversions here too.
SC very happy to see Mark Tyler healthy this year, Brent. You're right.
There they are. They put Mitch Mustaine, the holder, back in the gun, and now they swing in. If they don't get what they see, then they will go ahead with Joe Houston and kick the extra point. So hang on in this showdown. 2 coaches who are reaching for their saddlebags.
Dogs all across America are
They trailed Tennessee and Arizona State. Then at home, Herbie, you and I were there when they were down 21-3 until they took total command against Stanford in the 2nd half.
And I think the reason that's important is there's examples that this team's had to demonstrate poise twice on the road, that they've been able to stay cool even when they get down and have the ability to come back in a game.
Ronald Johnson awaits this punt. And this one is going to be downed at the 6-yard line. Alan Bradford, his first action, in as the running back here for the Trojans. And Bradford straight ahead. And here USC leads favored Oregon by 2, 10-8. Going back with Bradford, and this will be 3rd down. It is interesting how Lane Kiffin has changed his approach. He's sitting on things, getting the clock running, trying to play a little ball control over here, and not gambling with the pass downfield as much as when he opened the game.
And early in the game, and some people think this isn't a big deal with time of possession, but nearly 7-minute advantage in time of possession. And I know Oregon scores fast, but the more you can keep them on the sideline, obviously the better off you are as a team.
Tyler is back on the field. He's behind Havili for the Trojans. And here comes Tyler, and he could not get that first down. So this is going to be 3 and out for the Trojans, and this is a perfect opportunity for the Ducks here.
Big stop, and I have to go back to the punter putting the ball where it needed to be. And how about Jeff Maehl, the star, one of the stars of the team, all over special teams. He was the guy down there to down the ball at the 6-yard line, and now they get a chance to get great field position.
Harfman to punt it, and Cliff Harris back deep again. Harris finds a crease. Oh, is he exciting when he touches the football. But he's got to give a coach heartburn. McCook, Herb Street, Aaron Andrews, I'm Brent Musburger. Welcome back to the Los Angeles Coliseum. The Trojans lead. Now watch his eyes. Look at Harris. Herbie, you do not see many punt returners willing to take their eyes off the ball. That's a high risk.
Especially a true sophomore. He may take one back and then fumble the next one.
Here's the handoff. LaMichael James spins off the first defender. Jarrell Casey, fine defensive lineman, finally brings him down.
Here comes the speed again from Darron Thomas and the Ducks.
Give it to James again. Daylight, first down, breaks free. Foot race for the end zone. Walks right in. LaMichael James, the young man from Texarkana, who left Texas despite being recruited by the bigger schools down there, came up to Eugene, battled some homesickness, and now he hauls it 42 yards into the end zone for the go-ahead touchdown. There they are. Now they bring it on in. They've already had one 2-point conversion here tonight. And Rob Beard and it's a 5-point Oregon lead. Who is quite a story. Kenyon Barner, who took a terrible looking hit returning a kickoff against Washington State, suffered a concussion, has been unable to play. Coach brought him. He is one of the members of the traveling squad, and coach is optimistic that he'll get back and be able to play here in a couple of weeks, but they're going to take no chances. He'll check with the medical staff next week. So it's the Trojans' turn, and Robert Woods, the freshman, is coming out. Doesn't take him long to get through a hole. Out close to the 40-yard line.
Brent, on that touchdown, USC's defenders are so concerned about the speed of Oregon and getting to the outside. Look how much of a hurry they are to get outside because of the speed and the playmaking ability of LaMichael James. Right there, they get to the outside, and there's nobody left in the middle except Kennard, who was a slow middle linebacker. Made it very easy for the Oregon offensive line to get up to Kennard and make that block.
Havili will line up as the running back behind Barkley. And we'll see trailing by 5 if Kiffin loosens it up on this series. He's going to throw on first down off a slant, hit Woods for the 1st and 10 on the Oregon territory. Jackson making the stop.
Now here comes USC in a hurry up. Now Matt Barkley's thrown 9 passes. 8 of them have been towards the freshman Woods.
They flex Cameron, the tight end, toward the bottom of your screen, far off the line.
This is new for USC. This is something they worked on to help their own defense get ready for Oregon.
There's a handoff to Havili, and it will be 2nd down and long. Bryson Littlejohn, backup linebacker. Remember, we told you Nick Aliotta likes to keep fresh bodies on the field. He likes to have men who are fresh in the second half, and it's one of the factors they think that they've been so successful. That and the conditioning program that they go through, and the fast-paced practices up in Eugene. 2nd down and 8.
You admire SC for trying to come up with another change, a little bit of another wrinkle, much different pacing than what Oregon does when they go to the no huddle.
Here's Havili. And this will bring up 3rd down.
Of course, they're not in the same hurry that Oregon is. They don't mind the clock ticking down at this point, still within striking distance, still in a comfortable position. Woods, who he is throwing the ball to for the most part, Brent, is now up at the top, isolated one-on-one with Thomas Jackson.
Checking with the sideline to get the play. Short drop, and he's got Johnson in the middle. Johnson to the 20, and just short of the 15. Paysinger brings him down.
Like all great quarterbacks, uses his eyes just enough to freeze the safety off to the left, and then it's just one-on-one. It's a great play by Ronald Johnson. He beats Little John, the linebacker, who was flexed out over top of him, and that's men against boys in space. Ronald Johnson makes a great cut after the catch. It picks up more yards.
A total of 25 for Johnson, and a 1st down in the red zone for Barkley and the Trojans. Havili again. And Havili for 9 yards.
Stanley Havili, one of my favorite backs in the entire country. And this time he runs right over Spencer Paysinger, who comes up to be able to try to defend him. He carries him for another 3 or 4 yards.
He's one of Matt Barkley's favorite backs. Barkley calls him, Herbie, the best all-around running back in college football. Here he is, number 31. Stopped just short of that 1st down. And Casey Matthews back in there, number 55 of the Matthews clan, in on that stop.
It just seems like Stanley Havili has been here for 5 or 6 years. You know, he started as a freshman. He's been around. He's played a lot of football. And he's such a valuable commodity in this style of offense, where he's kind of that ultra back. Blocks, he runs, he picks up blitzes, he does it all.
Tyler back in as the running back on 3rd and 1. Here is Tyler for the 1st down. Touchdown!
Brett, we just talked about Stanley Havili and what he's able to do. Look at him as a lead blocker. Watch his big block on Boyette right there. Takes him down, opens up the running lane, and Tyler takes it in for another touchdown. His 2nd of the night.
Now the Trojans line up in that 2-point formation. Lead it by 1, and then they shift. Mustaine will go down to hold. And here is Joe Houston. Who are the 3 current NFL head coaches who played at Oregon or USC?
Well, I've got 2.
Okay, there you go.
2 quick ones.
Think a little bit. You know, I know it's almost bedtime back in Columbus, but you got 2 boys I want to wish them well tomorrow. Jake and Ty. The Chargers, their team's 7-0. They're playing a championship game. So, boys, you get your rest. Pops is doing great, but he's very concerned about you tomorrow.
I appreciate that, Brent. You're fired up.
Here we go now. Matt Barkley. Play action and complete. That's the first catch by Brandon Carswell here tonight.
1st and 10, play action pass, getting your quarterback into rhythm. This is where I think you're really seeing Matt Barkley improve, when he moves outside of the pocket, settles his feet, and gives his receiver a chance to make a play on the football. Love the call on 1st and 10, continuing to be aggressive as a play caller, Lane Kiffin in this SC offense.
Trojans lead at 17-15. Barkley in trouble, and he throws it away. Good reaction by the quarterback that time.
Absolutely, Brent. And Lacombo, the linebacker, actually brought pressure, and I think it may have surprised USC. It's interesting, the last couple plays, getting Barkley, moving the launching points, getting him outside of the pocket, and I think that's the area, again, I'd mentioned, I think he's improved the most in that area. He's dropped about 10 pounds, moves much better this year. That time, the linebacker did a good job of containing him, forcing him to throw that football.
2nd and 10. Fumble. Dive for it. Ducks go after it. They've got it. Oregon recovers the turnover. Lacombo recovered it. And you know what? The coach is blaming himself on this.
It's almost,
no question.
It's almost like they've gotten too cute. He's trying to change the play right there at the last moment. Again, this is something new for USC. They've just picked this up in the last few weeks. And trying to execute this against Oregon in this big a game. The first drive, it led to a touchdown. This time, it backfires. Lane Kiffin's trying to make an adjustment. His quarterback's looking over. And the center, O'Dowd, snaps the ball.
You know, he had put the play card away. And he basically is making his calls based on what he's looking at. And he knows he shouldn't have tried to do that in that situation. And blaming himself. Thomas goes back, goes deep, got a man! Touchdown! What a great catch by Jeff Maehl. What a receiver the former defensive back has turned into 45 yards after the turnover.
What great concentration by Jeff Maehl. Probably the best hands in the country. Bobbled the ball. Looked like initially he'd make this catch for an easy touchdown. For whatever reason, he's off balance a bit, but he keeps his focus and his concentration. I really believe he got his arms back underneath the football to be able to secure that for a touchdown. They're going to take another look at it just to be sure. But, boy, what a great job. First, we talked about Barkley being aggressive. 1st and 10, you get a turnover. It's exactly what you try to do in a big game like this.
Now, this is just unbelievable concentration by the young man. Juggling it. Nobody was on top of him to make a hit after he touched it. And then he stays right with it. On into the end zone is instant replay. Taking a look at it upstairs, and it certainly appeared to both Herbie and me that he had his hands underneath it and had control of it. Wow. That is some play. So every play in the college game, of course, being reviewed.
This play happened so fast, Brent. What maybe fans didn't get a chance to see. This is a play action. Look at the linebackers. Look at everybody. There's a blitz there by Kennard. And watch Darron Thomas hang into the last second. Throws it and just ducks because he knows what's coming and he knows that he has Maehl downfield. 1st and 10, play action. Linebackers and safeties coming downhill. Left Sharice right, isolated one-on-one against Jeff Maehl.
Here comes the call.
After further review, the ruling on the field stands. Touchdown.
And a sensational one at that.
Absolutely.
Was that some catch?
Great call.
And now it is the Ducks back in the lead. Rob Beard. Costa will put it down for him. And it's back to 5.
Nothing.
Harris on the move. Looking for the right side. Look out. McDonald, the safety, his old buddy from Edison High in Fresno, cut him off. Former teammates go at it here. A 40-yard return, and McDonald saved a touchdown right here. Watch number 7.
He reminds me of Terrell Buckley with this little high step. A little dance here. I mean, he's got so much wiggle. You're right. There's his former teammate trying to bring him down. You hold your breath. Every time Harris touches the ball, he's got a chance to be able. He doesn't want to give up on this right here. He's not done. He thinks he can cut it all the way back to the right and get it into the end zone.
Now Thomas wants the direct snap, and here we go again. LaMichael James, and I must say overall, the Trojans, except for that one play, have done a sound job on number 21.
Their job tonight was to take 21 out of the game and put the ball into the hands of Darron Thomas and see if he could run and throw and lead the Ducks to victory.
2nd down and 9, coming down to the 1-minute mark. And here's Thomas, middle, got it, touchdown, 2-A. Credit the defense with stopping the Trojans and getting the ball back, and they strike for 33.
And a great job as well, Brent, by the punt return of Cliff Harris, taking advantage of a poor punt. And where were the USC linebackers off of the play-action look? This is how this Oregon offense will stress you. They run the football, they run the football, they throw it short, and just when you come up and you think you've got everything handled up front, they sneak behind you. You get lulled to sleep, and they get you for the big play. Two-A's right here, Brent. He's not going to do anything fancy, but it's more of the action here that freezes the linebackers. Watch the action in the backfield. Watch how the linebackers kind of get lulled to sleep, and look at the opening behind it. It's more about the play action and the respect that USC is giving the running game. You just said LaMichael James doesn't have a great game, 65 yards. It's because Monty Kiffin and USC are so concerned about James beating them that they've got most of their attention on James, and they're leaving Darron Thomas in position to make some plays with his arm. And that is a huge touchdown, considering Oregon gets the ball in the 2nd half.
That's a 28-second drive, Herbie. And you know, the one point I want to make about this Oregon team is number 1. Remember, if you go back to the preseason magazines, after Masoli had been kicked off the team, people thought that they might not be sound at the quarterback spot because Masoli had such a great year. Darron Thomas has been tremendous, and in some ways I rate him a better passer than Masoli. Not as powerful a runner, obviously.
Not as quick, but he's taken this offense to a different level because of his ability to make throws, ability to make reads, and the other thing is having 10 returning starters at all the other positions. This team is executing so much faster than they were last year because of the experience around him.
So now we come down to the final minute, and here comes Robert Woods again. The play that really turned the first half around, well, that was the miscommunication from the sideline and the center and Barkley. The game has not been the same since USC botched that play up, and on the next play Oregon struck, and they have hit for another one after that.
And that was the wrinkle. That was the changeup that worked the series before and led them down to a touchdown. But the miscommunication up front between the offensive line, Matt Barkley looking over at the last second, trying to make an adjustment, wasn't ready for the snap, and it has a lot to do with that no-huddle offense is new to USC, and a different wrinkle they try to give Oregon's defense tonight.
Now, Johnson and Woods have got deep speed, and if the offensive line can give the Trojans enough time here, they might be able to strike. As we've got a timeout, I want to remind everybody that coming up on the Capital One halftime report, well, John and Jesse will have all the day's big highlights, and we have stories galore as Missouri and Michigan State both go down. And now, how big is that Big Ten game on the 20th in Iowa City between Ohio State and the Hawkeyes?
Huge. And you think about the big picture. Ohio State at this point up big on Minnesota. You think about the big picture, it's going to be an interesting race.
Now, I want to go in and take a look at all the BCS Bulls. This is a projection after the upsets today, okay? If it ended, the projection is for Ohio State to take on Boise State.
Right. You have Oklahoma and Pitt in the Fiesta Bowl. Virginia Tech, a team that a lot of people have forgotten about, right now in position to maybe get to a BCS bowl game. Frank Beamer kind of reshuffling the deck and getting his team back on track after the loss to James Madison.
First down and 10, and here's Barkley looking downfield, and he's got him. And Johnson busts off the first tackle at the 50, headed for the end zone. It has been whistled down. It's going to be brought back to the 45-yard line.
Well, USC has to go hurry up here, and at the same time, they're probably going to get another look at this. It looked like his left knee may have touched when Boyette came up to make the play. Tough to see from that angle. Here's the left knee right here. Right there, left knee touch.
Yeah, left knee did touch Herbie. Good call on the field. Here's Barkley in trouble. Has to throw it away here to kill the clock. You know, the point about the BCS Bowls when you ran down the lineup, we talk a lot about Glendale on January 10th in the championship. That draws a lot of attention. But let's not forget that there are some other big paydays at the Rose and the Fiesta and the Sugar and the Orange. These conference championships mean something to these teams.
It's so refreshing. Last year we sat around for 8 weeks for Alabama to play Florida and for Texas to potentially win the Big 12 championship. This year it is utter chaos. It changes hourly with the potential BCS standings in the direction that they're heading down the road.
On second down and 10. Barkley has great time. Goes deep. Has a man intercepted. Picked off by Harris. What an athlete this young man is. Are you kidding me? He is a shutdown corner of the first order.
You love Cliff Harris, boy. You love it. We've been caught last year as a freshman, and now this year he's making plays as a sophomore. 5th interception. You know, Matt Barkley hasn't thrown an interception since Washington State. And this ball he throws late. Right there, Osbury has a chance to beat him deep. And I almost wonder if Harris, because of the respect that he has for his own speed, he almost baited Matt Barkley into saying, hey, look, he's got a couple yards on me. Throw it, throw it. And then he closed that gap as soon as the ball went in the air.
The Fresno Bee did an interview with him, and they asked him, well, what do you mean to the Oregon team? And he said, man, I'm the cheese on top of the nachos. So you go into the locker room now, and a couple of the Oregon Ducks will say, hey, nachos, how you doing today?
That pretty much sums it up, right? There's no way Chip Kelly has the audacity here with 32 seconds inside his 5 to try to score again, does he?
Oh, no? You got to be kidding me. Here he comes, looking for a block, and it is the freshman Josh Huff.
I was kind of half kidding about that. And if you're not familiar with the Oregon Ducks, and you wonder why they're ranked #1 in the polls, maybe not the computers, but the polls, that's an example of why the Ducks are where they are. Aggressive play calling by Chip Kelly, attacking again this SC defense.
A 57-yard gain, Herbie, as they throw it out of their own end zone.
USC.
And they force USC right now to take a timeout here.
I love it. I love the attitude. It's refreshing to see that. And that's confidence that Chip Kelly has grown into with Darron Thomas. Any play caller will tell you that based on how aggressive he'll be, is on how the quarterback can handle it. And Huff's a freshman. Keep that in mind. True freshman. He makes the play. But Darron Thomas continues to come of age. All year long, he's been making plays. He plays with poise. Tonight, over 200 yards throwing in just the first half alone. And if he continues to play like this and make decisions, I just don't know how you can stop Oregon's offense.
Well, Auburn or Alabama would like to have that chance.
Yeah, we'd like to watch. We'd like to watch.
First down and 10, just across the 40 now. 2 timeouts and 22 seconds. They run the swing pass to Tuine, and Tuine will stop the clock stepping out of bounds shy of the 30-yard line. Average time of a touchdown drive, 140. Tonight, less than a minute.
Great job there of just getting the ball, picking up a few yards, getting out of bounds, potentially getting closer to field goal range. Remember, the safeties and the linebackers for USC have to be very careful. The vertical threat.
Down to 18 seconds. Thomas, is that a fumble? The Trojans have wrapped it up. The line judge says they've got it. That was knocked out by Harris.
Dazon Harris just won the battle up front, and I'll tell you, Thomas was getting ready to make another throw before Harris came down to be able to eventually lead to not just a sack, but creating that fumble. But Tuine was streaking right down the middle of the USC defense again.
Now we'll see if the arm was coming forward. That's what they want to take a look at. You know, Herbie, in that particular instance, Darron Thomas being a very young quarterback, still trying to make a play. There are sometimes when you want to tuck it in, go on down.
Or just throw it away.
Yeah,
just get outside of the pocket area and try to throw it away.
Exactly.
Yeah, and you're kind of playing at this point where you just scored a touchdown. You got the ball back, and there's no reason to take a risk. And that is part of his still the growth that he needs to make. I think the ball came out
After further
his
review,
arm
the
came.
rolling on the field is confirmed. USC football, 1st and 10.
It's a good call.
Here is a final from up Seattle way. Stanford 41, Washington nothing. And Stanford now goes home to play Arizona in a very big game.
A huge game next week in the Pac-10. Not just to stay in the race for the Pac-10, but BCS implications, at-large implications. And how about, you wonder if Jake Locker, that showdown between Andrew Luck and Jake Locker, if he was able to finish that game, shutting out Washington. It's one thing to beat him, but to shut him down.
Here is Barkley in underneath to Havili, and the seconds will run out here. Let me check that. The line judge has stopped it with 5 seconds to go here in the first half. So SC used its last timeout. You know, I want to go back on the BCS, Herbie, because I think I probably rushed you in this situation. So I want to go back because a lot of fans are probably wondering now, what do you mean Boise State Rose Bowl? What's that all about? Well, that is if they don't make it to the January 10th game, the championship game, and if either the Pac-10 or the Big Ten loses their champion, in this case obviously they're projecting early here that Oregon would move in. The highest non-qualifying team, if they qualify by the other rules and regulations, would automatically go to the Rose Bowl this year. Now that is some consolation prize for Boise State if they do not make here, with Auburn, Oregon being projected right now, and if Boise State cannot pass either of those two, the Rose Bowl is a pretty good consolation. So let me tell you that.
Subject to change
Every week, folks. That's just a projection. We're just putting those up there, and we're talking about teams that we think might win the conference championships and everything. And the first half comes to an end here, and the Oregon Ducks have turned it around.
And they get the football to start the second half. Chip Kelly has to be very happy with the way this team is playing in his first half. Got a little bit of a challenge, answered the call, and came back.
Did you know you can get cash?
Return this kickoff. Bobbles it at the 1, has to pick it back up. Well short of the 20. First down and 10 for Darron Thomas. That's LaMichael alongside, pulls it back on first down, and Paulson can't get the handle on it. Second down and 10 coming up for Oregon.
You talk about what can USC do to get back into this football game. They did force some 3-and-outs, and you've got to get Darron Thomas and Oregon to third down and long, which means you win first and second down as a defense.
Here comes James swinging it back out to the outside. He's struck down at the 20 by Armstead.
Flag up at the top of the screen. Looks like up by maybe one of the receivers. Or
Illegal formation on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Main second down.
And Chip Kelly knows this is an opportunity. I mean, 29-17 with Matt Barkley and the SC offense that at any moment could get hot. He knows that this is a big drive to be able to create even more space between himself and this USC team that is more than capable of coming back in a game.
This will make it second down and 15. They declined it, so make it third down and 10. Interesting that they were willing to trade and get a down out of that.
Well, they have had some success on third down. The first drive they didn't. They gave up 2 long conversions on third down.
Now, I don't believe it's back there at the original line of scrimmage. I think they were across it, and that probably should give them 3 yards. This probably should be about a 3rd and 7. George Hill, our stats man, says that would not be back at the original line of scrimmage.
The penalty is declined. The ball will be put at the 20-yard line.
So you let them have a 3rd and 7 from the 20-yard line.
It's a completely different thing.
I would say.
In 3rd and 10 with this offense. Now, the way they run the football, they can run or throw here.
Darron Thomas can run for 7 if they give him an edge. They're going to throw for it over the middle, and they got it. Horton was trying to hold Maehl out, but he could not.
And Brent, who do you go to on 3rd down and short to medium? You go to your clutch receiver, Jeff Maehl, who has a really good idea of how far he needs to get to be able to pick up that 1st down. SC decides to decline the penalty, gives Oregon a chance on 3rd and 7, and they convert.
Well, that's a gamble that blew up on him. 1st down and 10, and Jeff Maehl with 5 catches here tonight. He's scored 2 touchdowns for the Ducks. Thomas going to to an eye, and it is intercepted. Picked off as Horton tapped it up in the air, and it was caught by Casey.
That's a good combination. 2 of the better players up front. 96 right to the left there. Gets his big paw on it. And how about the athletic ability of Casey? We kid about the Friday walkthrough for USC with the offensive linemen and the defensive linemen playing that walking football. And they're playing and catching the football and playing different games where they show some decent athletic ability. That time, Casey actually utilizing that to be able to make that interception. Quick reaction.
Mark Tyler, the running back. First interception of the night thrown by Thomas. He has 3 touchdown passes. Now Barkley and the Trojans would like to strike. And there's penalty flags all over on this run by Tyler.
That big face mask that time by Paysinger. And he got a hold of Mark Tyler there and drug him to the ground with the face mask.
Personal foul, face mask, number 35 in the defense. Half the distance to the goal. Automatic 1st down.
You and I were talking, Paysinger, 35 in white, is going to reach his right hand, reach it out right there, and just pull him straight down. You and I were talking at the break. One of the things that USC's got to be able to do, all the talk about Matt Barkley, is not be afraid to get physical and run the football at this athletic but still undersized Oregon defense.
Absolutely. 1st down and goal from just outside the 5-yard line. Havili, play action, fired. Touchdown, USC. They convert after the interception by Casey. And it's Johnson.
He does a good job, Brent. 1st and 10. He just sits right in a hole, and the linebacker, Casey Matthews, can't find it. By the time Casey Matthews turns around, the ball is already by him and into the arms of Ronald Johnson for the touchdown.
Did a good job of cradling that. Could have been getting away from him, and he was able to cradle it and turn over it. And Houston adds the extra point, and just like that, the Trojans climb right back in.
Continues at 10 a.m. on ESPN.
And Hartman with the ball on the tee, and Josh Huff back deep. The Ducks will have it on the 20-yard line. We check in down below with Aaron Andrews.
Brent, I had a chance to speak with USC head coach Lane Kiffin coming out of the tunnel at the halftime, and he told me the story of the 1st half for his team. Pathetic offense, particularly on the 3rd down. He said he totally wanted to see different change, different attitude. Well, you saw that. Stanley Havili obviously scoring the touchdown there. And guys, I spoke with Stanley, who, Kirk, you said has been around this program, an old fossil, if you will, as you referenced to some of these guys. And he mentioned the respect is gone for this program. People don't respect us anymore. And this game and a win here would be huge for us.
On the 1st down, that is LaMichael James.
And with all that being said in the 1st half, they did exactly what they needed to do to be able to get the crowd back into the game. Because, Brent, you talked about after that errant snap, the air has been lifted out of this stadium. They got the turnover, they capitalized, and now they're right back in this game.
2nd down and 6. action. Thomas. Incomplete. Terrific coverage that time by Morgan, the linebacker, who dropped back.
Now the safety, Starling, the top of your screen. See how he works to the right of the quarterback? It opened up a great crease to the left side to Maehl, but the rangy, athletic linebacker, Michael Morgan, at 6'4", was able to get around Maehl with his long arm and bat that ball away to set up another third down.
Need 6. Don't get it over the middle this time. They went back to Maehl, and the Trojans were ready. Had him bracketed. Horton closed in on him.
Brent, that was a tight window with Horton on one side and Kennard on the other, and doesn't take a whole lot to realize on third and short to medium. Jeff Maehl's probably going to get the football thrown his way. Horton had good coverage that time.
Rice back to punt for the Ducks. A turnover. And now they are forced to punt on their first 2 series here of the second half. There's a penalty flag as Johnson fields it at the 24-yard line. Big hole! Out of bounds, but there's a penalty flag back at the line of scrimmage. And it is against the Ducks.
Number 51 on the offense. 10 yards from the end of the run. First down.
We're taking a good look at a couple of the better punt returners in the country. Cliff Harris from Oregon, and Ronald Johnson has had a couple chances tonight to get out and with room to run. Poor coverage by Oregon. I don't know if there's a miscommunication, and the punter put the ball to the right, and they were covering to the left, but there weren't a whole lot of Oregon defenders off to the right there. Once he made the initial man miss, there was a lot of room for Johnson to pick up yards.
56-yard return. Havili over to set a screen on that side. They open it up for him, and there's another penalty flag.
Personal foul, face mask, number 88 on the defense.
That's Brandon Bear. Everything breaking SC's way to start this second half. Unusual for Oregon. They have dominated teams in the second half all season long.
And Brandon Bear got such good penetration by the time Barkley threw it.
Number 88 on the defense, half the distance to the goal, automatic first down.
He got a hand up to try to bat the ball away, and he continued through and hit Barkley right in the face and got a hold of the face mask.
Tyler comes in as the running back. And it's going to be the Wildcat with him.
He can throw to Barkley. He's left alone down there.
Bottom of your screen. Run all the way short of the end zone.
Watching a few plays in practice, they do have that as an option. This momentum right now, this swing, SC taking advantage of and pushing Oregon back.
Pleasant coming over to the sideline. Second down and goal. Marvin Johnson replaces him in the secondary. Now it's Havili behind. To the end zone, stop, second effort. Close. Third down and goal coming up, and the first hit that time was Casey Matthews.
It's a pretty good look here in the pit. Oregon initially does get a good surge, and Brent, it is Matthews, but the effort by Havili, the knee is down. It's a good call that he's short of the end zone, but that effort almost created a touchdown, but the Oregon defense tenacious in this red zone. Here's a hurry up.
Tyler is back in. Into the end zone. The quarterback, Matt Barkley, kept it himself. And the Trojans regain the lead with 2 quick touchdowns here to start the second half, 30-29. That is Matt Barkley's first rushing touchdown of the season.
Be very interesting to see how Oregon responds. You mentioned how they dominated the second half. They've only given up 23 points coming into tonight, the entire second half, and already they've given up a couple touchdowns.
The 2-point team stays on the field, and quickly they run to the line. Here comes Barkley off a play action, throwing full. So they ran at up-tempo, and they hit Ronald Johnson for the 2. And it is now a 3-point Trojan lead.
As a VA doctor, I have more time.
Go online now.
With just 3 weeks left in the season, catch the exclusive unveiling of the new BCS standings.
This thing could get even wackier with the potential of both of those teams up at the top getting knocked off.
BCS Countdown, Sunday at 8:15 on ESPN.
First down and 10. Thomas all along the back. Now they bring LaMichael next to him in that motion look, and they give it, and he is. Thomas with a beautiful play action, kept it himself, took it away from LaMichael James. Wright is forced to make the play. Watch this ball handling.
Yeah, this is the read for Darron Thomas, and he does a good job. Not only does he get Gallipo, but his primary read that time is actually the defensive end, Wes Horton. They both came down to take away the running back, LaMichael James. A classic example that SC is determined on the zone read to take James out of the game and make Darron Thomas beat him, which he's capable of doing.
First and 10. LaMichael back next to him again. Pull back, swing it now to Tune, and Tune with an alley on the near side with Kennard, forcing him out of bounds.
Brett, wouldn't you agree they have just enough sneaky talent at receivers outside of Jeff Maehl, who gets most of the attention? David Paulson's more than capable at tight end. Tune, they'll mix in Josh Huff, DJ Davis. They've got just enough weapons to make you respect every phase of the offense.
And they spread it around.
Yes, sir.
Second and 3. Michael trying to get the first down and could not. T.J. McDonald.
Michael James.
It's a great tackle by T.J. McDonald, and it tells Chip Kelly the safeties are starting to cheat up here. And when Chip Kelly sees that, maybe not here on 3rd and short, but usually that indicates if 7's going to come up close to the line of scrimmage, you've got to go over their heads.
Got a timeout called by the officials.
They're going to have a measurement.
They're bringing the chain out. Again, that yellow line is unofficial. And there's an update from down below, Herbie, that McDonald has limped off the field.
I saw that Marshall Jones came in for him right after that big play there on 2nd down.
I'm sure that information has been relayed to the Oregon sideline by now.
I think Aaron's saying that it looks like it could be cramps, getting stretched.
Yeah.
He's had a big game tonight, especially coming up to make plays and run support.
We saw Taylor Mays for years here make plays, but McDonald took a backseat to nobody at that safety spot. He is a fine-looking football player. 3rd down and 1. Because McDonald's daddy played for over a decade in the National Football League. Was a great player here at USC. He is here tonight watching his son. 3rd down and 1. James bangs for the first down that time. One of the things about LaMichael James, when you watch him, and he was a sprint champion in the state of Texas, won the 100-meter dash in high school when he was down there. But the most impressive thing to me about James is he will flat run over you. He is a powerful and fast running back. He's going to take those linebackers on right there, and it took 2 of them to force him back. Kennard in the middle with a lot of help this time. And here are your Oregon leaders, Herbie.
See, James kind of picked up a little bit more momentum in the second half. Jeff Maehl having a great game tonight. And, of course, I think, again, this Darron Thomas has been the big story. It looks like LaMichael James is checking out of the game. One of the USC players took his helmet off, and he didn't appreciate it, but now he's off the field.
And Huff has replaced him. Alston, too, is the young running back. And they hit Jeff Maehl again down here for a first down on the near side.
Well, the USC defensive back this time, the freshman Roby. Look at the cushion. I mean, and you're doing that to a gym rat. Jeff Maehl has the ability to just get off of his route, recognize the coverage, and just kind of stop and just get into an open area. And Thomas and he have really developed chemistry over this year where he throws it out to him when that happens.
You're off the play fake. Back to the middle. Beautifully thrown ball. And coming back to the playmaker, Jeff Maehl one more time for a first down.
Jeff Maehl is just the epitome of a kid who played a lot of backyard football when he was a kid. Watch how he makes the catch and then ducks for safety. He knows what's coming in. You've got 3 USC defenders coming in, and Maehl says, I'm out of here.
So right down at the red zone again. Leading it by 4. Inside of 3 minutes in the third quarter. Alston continues to stay in as a running back with James on the sideline. This is Alston. And the youngster bangs ahead to the 15.
A lot of times when Darron Thomas is doing this hurry up and he looks over for confirmation, Reese Davis is the call here. He gets to try to find out exactly the call that they want.
James back on the field is just short of the 10-yard line.
It's a unique thing, and it's a different thing. And there's so many different things going on in that sideline where they're trying to get things communicated, not just to Darron Thomas. There's Will Everett on the board from ESPN.
Here's a handoff to James. James goes for the first down with Harris dragging him down. This drive is a wearing drive on this Trojan defense.
It's not so much the amount of time they're taking off the clock, but it's just 10 plays of just constantly coming after this defense.
That's Paul Westhead, and that is upbeat, high speed. When you go to Westhead up there.
You don't want to go there.
No. It's the Burger King mill. He'll slow you down. First down and goal. End zone, incomplete. And there's a penalty flag at the 1-yard line. That was Kennard, who was defending the receiver who went down at the 1-yard line. And that's LaMichael James. Watch this.
LaMichael James on the wheel route. And if you're USC, you're going to say the ball's not catchable. But Kennard just running right into LaMichael James. You have to have a feel. You have to have an idea where you are on the field. Got to turn that mic off.
Pass interference on the defense. Ball be placed at the 2-yard line from the previous spot. Automatic first down.
Well, here's a play where they love that read option, Herbie. And LaMichael James back on the field. Darron Thomas, number 1, is right there. They're in a perfect position. The Trojans before the big guys up, and here comes James. Touchdown. An offensive machine.
Remember how this half started?
Absolutely. The Trojans had 2 quick touchdowns down here.
Exactly. They were able to take advantage of an interception and a touchdown and a punt and a touchdown. And all of a sudden the crowd's in the game and everybody's thinking, uh-oh, USC's got what it takes to be able to win this game. It's not over. But Oregon, to their credit, has come right back down with a couple scores of their own.
So here's a question. How come the humans understand how good they are and the machines are having a little trouble with this team?
Well, those machines are going to wake up in a hurry. They better.
Ultimate Windshield Wipes. Apply every other month to keep your windshield clear. All for just $9.95. Satisfaction guaranteed or your money back. You get 2 amazing Scratch Magic pens and 6 rain repellent wipes, all for just $9.95. Pick up the phone and call the number on your screen now.
Second down and 8. (41-31), the Nittany Lions lead Michigan late in the 4th of that one, and here comes LaMichael James. Another first down for the Ducks.
Zone read this time. He's going to make this little cutback. This is why the blocks on the backside, led by David Paulson at tight end, are so important. When you have a back like LaMichael James, the play's designed to go to the right. He almost every other time seemed to cut it back to the backside and pick up big yards. Get that defense moving to the sideline, and a good back will find that seam.
James slips through to the 30-yard line, and Morgan making the stop. So the Ducks are moving the clock, marching down the field, lead it by 11, and they're about to bring up the Lee Corso play.
3 yards in a cloud of dust.
It's the old Big Ten style when he went to Indiana when he had to take on Woody.
Oh.
I think Perry makes that stop. Back to the Neil Everett. Here comes the Moose formation. Third down and 1. Here comes Thomas.
That's the play you want. I like the Neil Everett play. Pull that ball out of LaMichael James when it looks like he's going to be able to pick it up. Perry comes down. You make a good read, get a kick-out block, and pick up big yards.
First down and 10. Alston in as the running back. Into the red zone, and the clock continues to move on the Trojans. Morgan making another stop.
If they end up scoring on this drive, this will kill their average touchdown. How was it? What is it? A minute 13 coming into tonight, or coming into this drive?
Yeah, their average is going to go up. Second down and 6.
It's got to be killing them to work the clock like this.
It's rare to see Chip bring it down inside of 10 seconds. Alston is stopped by that Trojan front wall.
It's like Jimmy Johnson bringing it down to second gear. Talladega.
Exactly.
Just want to get this thing moving.
Third and 7.
When they hold that up, that's being communicated. The receivers in the back of the quarterback see that.
Screen, Alston. Close to the 15. Horton making the stop.
Up by 11. Field goal puts you up by a couple touchdowns, but you've got SC on the ropes. Chance for the knockout punch. What does Chip Kelly do here?
What would you do?
I think you go for it because you have confidence in the way. I would go for it because you have confidence in the way you have confidence in the way your quarterback's making decisions, and you're in a situation with 4th and short. You can run and throw. But I understand this.
I didn't see the Herb Street card on the sideline.
I've been asking him out here. What do Brett and I got to do to get on the board?
It's
a good call. 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, it really is. Yep. Might as well put it on that.
Absolutely.
On 4th down.
Absolutely. If you need cash now, here's how to get up to $1,500 fast with instant approval and no credit checks. Simply log on to needcash.com. Tell us how much you need, and in minutes the funds can be wired. It's just that easy and just that fast, regardless of bad credit. Needcash.com is available online 24/7. Log on to needcash.com and see how quickly you can get the cash you need.
Look, I think we should streak right up the flank. Yeah, cutting across the middle.
And then we have to deal with these guys.
Start with the scalpel and open things up.
And we're going to use this baby to split the defense.
Good idea. Morton, Adam, grab some sponges. Coach, get the suction. All right, doctors, let's put some time back on this guy's clock.
Real-life change can start with one small step.
What if I told you it was as simple as feeding people at a homeless shelter?
I started a community garden. I joined a book club.
Go to reallifechange.com and check out more ways you can get involved.
I was amazed at all the different people trying to make changes in their lives. It just felt like I was among friends.
A&E will make a donation for every change you vow to make in your life.
A&E is real-life change.
Kids, let's go. Hey, Mom. Who are you? Where's my daughter? Chill out, Mom.
Who's that?
Who's that? Oh, I can't wait till I'm 18. Hey, girlie. Yeah, what time do you want to meet? What?
Get help from the partnership at drugfree.org.
3 down linemen. Here comes Havili. Good straight line runner. Crashing toward that first down marker here. Now 5:45 left. Barkley and the Trojans need to hurry.
One thing is obvious. They've got to get the ball into the end zone against this Oregon defense. It's one of the best in the country. Red zone defense. And then they've got to get a stop against Darron Thomas and the Ducks.
Or an onside kick.
Right.
We're getting down to the late in a
point.
game when you really have to think seriously as to whether or not you want to give it back to Oregon. But first things first, you're exactly right, Herbie. They've got to strike into the end zone here. They're in the red zone with a first down. They've got terrific weapons on the outside. They keep him honest with his running back by committee. Straight back, fires middle, intercepted. Picked off in the end zone by Boyette. A crushing interception. And if you're a Duck fan, you can start to celebrate. One of the best safeties in the Pac-10 just picked this off at the goal line.
Third pass that Barkley's thrown in this drive that could have been intercepted where he floated it, and this time Boyette makes him pay for it. You know, Boyette's known to be kind of like the T.J. Ward of this defense, where he's really physical. That time, how about the finesse? How about the athletic ability to be able to secure that football basically with his fingertips to get that interception against Barkley?
Boyette is from Napa. He was a tremendous two-way star in high school as a running back and a safety. Played a little quarterback, I believe, from time to time. And here comes Thomas now, and the Ducks and Chip Kelly will start to chip away at this clock. You know, the last 3 Oregon drives, when you think about what Chip Kelly has orchestrated, they go 69 yards in 12 plays, 82 yards in 11 plays, 47 yards in 11 plays, 17 points they've put up in the last 3 drives.
See that play clock ticking down. Usually the ball's already snapped. They're trying to eat as much clock as they can.
Right into the middle. That's his 31st carry for LaMichael James. And here are their possessions, Herbie. The scoring drives and how long they took, huh?
Look, you're right. The time is the thing that's impressive. And the consistency. How about being able to sustain drives 12, 11, and 11, 9 early in the game? USC's, this game may be out of reach. When you're trying to build a program back up, little things like finishing the game are a big thing. Showing some pride, playing hard, keep being aggressive, keep tackling. It's big things when you're trying to get a program to go to the next level. Not this.
Bursting. Here comes James. Cutting to the left. And brought down at the 20-yard line by Nickel Roby.
The linebackers are nowhere to be seen, and give a lot of credit to the offensive line. But again, I don't sense the attitude or the aggression from USC's defense. I think they kind of felt after that interception that Barkley threw, much like the fans that are leaving the Coliseum, that's ball game. But the Ducks aren't going to quit until the final gun. And LaMichael James will take as many yards as you're willing to give him, now over 200 yards in a game.
I'm assuming that Cam Newton had a big game for Auburn. Didn't get a chance to see it, but LaMichael James has put up 217 yards rushing here tonight. He scored 2 touchdowns. That was a 46-yard run. He's also been taking a battering all night. Here he comes again with a flag down.
Last year, Oregon and Eugene almost had mercy on USC.
Illegal shift on the offense. 2 men in motion. 5-yard penalty. Remains first down.
In a game that you and I called, they ended up with 47 points, 613 yards. Well, a year later, Pete Carroll's no longer here. It's in the Coliseum. This is USC's bowl game. And so far, still time here. They've got 46 points and 578 yards.
I think Kelly will go for more points. Okay?
There's no doubt.
Just have a feeling tonight.
He's going to take his frustration on the computers on USC's defense.
Compute this.
Right.
You know, another thing, Herbie, as we watch them tonight, if you're a referee or a member of officiating crew and you're assigned to an Oregon game, you better be in shape too.
You better get your track shoes out. Assuming that Oregon's able to hold on here, start to think about the BCS standings and their schedule. And down the road, everybody seems to be talking so much about the Civil War in Corvallis in early December, but still a long way to go for Oregon. You know, the trip to Cal, it's a game where Cal's they're undefeated at home this year. And, and they have Arizona still to play.
Well, let us take a break here.
Penalty's going to be declined. Ball be placed at the
we'll be right back.
20-yard line. It'll be second down.
Hi, I'm Joe Theismann, and no matter what stadium I'd broadcast from, I would always have to find the closest bathroom, just in case I had that sudden urge to go. My prostate was giving me fits. But then I heard about Super Beta Prostate's nationwide million-bottle giveaway, and I got a free bottle. What a difference it made. I don't have to go as often, and I don't have to get up at night as much. Now I wake up refreshed and ready to tackle anything. Super Beta Prostate has sold over 5 million bottles. You have to take 100 saw palmetto capsules to get the same amount of beta-cytosterol as you would from just one Super Beta Prostate tablet.
If you want a stronger urine flow and a more complete emptying of your bladder, I recommend Super Beta Prostate.
Don't accept the issues that come with an aging prostate. Get Super Beta Prostate today. It works for me during the day and at night.
Call now and we'll send every new customer a free bottle of Super Beta Prostate. Just pay shipping and handling. Call 1-800-658-8280. 1-800-658-8280.
Wouldn't it be great if you could get everything you needed for your small business for free? Like a building for free, a company car for free, your business website built for free? The cost to have your website professionally built can be thousands of dollars, but for a limited time, you can have yours built by the experts at Web.com absolutely free. And that's not all. Web.com will promote your new website in all the major search engines like Google, Yahoo, and Bing. If you're happy with your new website, we'll continue to provide promotion, hosting, support, and maintenance, all for just one low monthly fee. If not, cancel and pay nothing. Call now to get your new site up and running in as little as 7 days free. Over 1 million small businesses rely on Web.com every day. Call now and find out why.
Call 1-800-862-9531 today. That's 1-800-862-9531.
Galaxy. Dynamo. LA's David Beckham looks to cement his MLS legacy with a trophy. MLS Cup 2011, Sunday at 9 on ESPN.
3:28 to go. The Oregon Ducks with the ball at the USC red zone door again. So here we go. Second down and 8. They lead at 46-32 by a pair of touchdowns. Darron Thomas, a young quarterback. Got things all set. LaMichael James down to the 15-yard line. Gallipo makes a stop. You know, Herbie, we want to thank some people up here who do a lot of hard work for us, who set this booth up week after week. Dana 11, now from Chula Vista way. He leads the way with Doc Severinsen. He's our A2. That Doc does a great job on audio. And John Sinise, who helps out. We want to thank you guys for all the hours you spend up here making it as comfortable as you can.
Every week.
It's third down now for the Ducks. Here comes Michael, and tripped up at the 8-yard line, headed for the end zone, and Marshall Jones just able to hang on. That looked like 6 the way he blew through there.
And you're right. Chip Kelly still game mode. He's still attacking.
He's attacking now. Here comes LaMichael. Touchdown. I told you.
Yeah, somebody sending a message, not just to the computers.
This was sent to the other sideline.
Yeah. LaMichael James had, what, 40 or 50 yards in the first half?
Yes. Oh, he had most of it. Had about 60. He had 42.
Right. 68 yards, but he has now 239 yards and 3 touchdowns.
And here's our man Beard tacking on the extra point. Now, here we go, kiddo. He's put a 53 up on him here tonight in the Coliseum.
Half 100, more than that.
And Beard. The Woods is coming out. Dylan Baxter on the field for the first time tonight, the freshman, as the Coliseum has all but emptied out. Final 2:40.
How about this? Confusion. Play clock just worked its way down. Delay a game?
Offense.
I think Matt Barkley and Lane Kiffin they said it never started. There was no
said
urgency.
It never wound.
There was no urgency. The clock was ticking down. I was watching it, but give him an iced tea.
Yeah, of course. Take a cold one. Here's a handoff now. You can see how the Coliseum has emptied out here. And they're coming along with one of their youngsters. That's Dylan Baxter, very highly regarded freshman recruited by USC.
You know, we talk so much about BCS standings and whatnot. Sometimes some of the other storylines get a little lost. A Duck be interested in this. Texas losing to Baylor, we talked about earlier. Michigan favored at Penn State, losing to Penn State. Notre Dame loses to Tulsa.
Oregon, that's their first
charge timeout. 3 of the winningest programs of all time. All sitting here wondering what is happening, especially Michigan.
Something just went on down there.
He said, be sure to keep your helmets on. That's what he just looks like he yelled to his team.
Yeah.
But, I mean, all these teams losing. Think about Rich Rodriguez. Started 5-0. Quieting some of the cynics. And now they've, lost, I believe, 3 in a row.
For more information, log on to USCTrojans.com or call 213-740-USC.
Third down for Barkley and the Trojans. Final 2 minutes. Baxter picks up the first down. And Havili, let me check that. That was Havili. He replaced Baxter. A little slow to get up right now. Great warrior. He's had a heck of a career here. Now he's going off to the sideline, and that means the return of Tyler. So this loss is not coming down to a field goal at the end of the game. This is a pretty emphatic defeat for USC at the hands of Oregon here tonight. Robert Woods the target. This team will have to regroup after this one, Herbie.
Most impressive thing for Oregon is not only to score 53, but the way they were able to come back time after time in this game on the road in the Los Angeles Coliseum against USC. That was a very determined team tonight. They got down, they came back. They got down, they came back. They got down, and they came back.
I agree. Remember, they gave up 2 touchdowns to start the second half. Johnson's a free. No, he overthrew him. You almost wonder if Johnson lost sight of that ball and slowed up a little bit on it.
He's checking out. So
3rd and 10.
LaMichael James, heck of a warrior. Rushed for 239 yards here tonight. Thomas threw for 288, 4 touchdowns, and only that 1 interception early in the second half. Fires back over the middle, and that's Carswell.
First down, Trojans. Gain of 14.
Here's the handoff to Tyler. Close to another first down.
Wait, Mark Tyler, who's been fighting injuries his whole career, just seems like every time he carries it, he seems to get up with a little bit of an ankle or just something seems to always be bothering him.
Havili checks in. Near side, drop it off to Ellison. Ricky's son. So the Trojans bringing it back down the field here with 56 seconds. They'd love to tack up a touchdown before this game ends.
It's just all, at this point, this game is over, but you're still constantly trying to not just compete, but continue to work and continue to grow. I mean, both sides actually are trying to finish this game out. Oregon wants to be able to hold up here, come up with a turnover, but SC's trying to build for the future.
Snaps it off to Havili to the 13-yard line. In striking position, and tack one up. Osbury's off to the right of the formation on a 1st down and 10 in the red zone. Final 35 seconds. Barkley incomplete. 33 seconds. Carswell the target.
Matt Barkley, I think, talking to him this week, I think he was really looking forward to this being a game to kind of show the country where USC football was. Coming into tonight, they had 2 last-second field goal losses where they lost to Stanford and Washington, the last-second field goal. Great chance against a team that was ranked number 2 in the BCS standings. I think they put a lot of eggs into this basket tonight to pull off this upset.
Barkley looks in zone, fires incomplete. Havili the target at the 5-yard line. And here comes 3rd down with 28 seconds remaining. And Oregon stays undefeated. We'll see if the humans leave them number 1. See what the computers do. A couple of the unbeatens fell today. Missouri, Michigan State. Osbury goes to the slot to the left, and Woods, the freshman, outside him, with Johnson at the bottom of the formation. Barkley, incomplete. Woods was the target, and he was jarred by Peppers. Chad Peppers, a backup corner, came in. So the Trojans right now are working against Oregon's 2s for the most part.
Yeah, and the difference is Peppers is a senior. The depth from Oregon versus the depth from USC, night and day. Oregon has a lot more depth, a lot more experience, a lot more speed in that second and third level than what USC is accustomed to having.
Last play for the Trojans, unless they get a first down or score here with 23 seconds. Barkley is back, looking, passing, and it is short of the first down. Ball goes over to the Ducks. Pasinger defending Woods on that play. So as you look ahead, here is their remaining schedule. They go home and they'll be heavily favored against Washington. Then they'll go down to Berkeley to play California, take a week off, and then come the two major tests on a Friday night in Autzen, Arizona, and then over in Corvallis, the Civil War on December 4th. And wouldn't Oregon State love to knock them out of a shot at the national championship? The Ducks are going to win it.
Remember the Stanford game last year where they were a little maybe underestimated? Stanford and got beat. That game is Cal this year. They've got to be ready for Cal.
Let's go down to Aaron Andrews with Chip Kelly.
Hey, kind of a different look for you in the second half. Working the clock, scoring drives not as quick as they normally are, taking your time. Why did you decide to go that way?
We had the lead, so now you got to manage a game in the third and fourth quarter, and that's what we've done in almost every game we've played. We've had the lead, getting in late, and now that's just football. You got to work the clock. So.
And LaMichael James getting involved in the second half as well. What was the difference for him?
You know, we have a tendency to wear people down, and you know those hits, those runs where you start to hit it. You know, it's 3- and 4-yard gains in the first half, and those things start to break, and that's the type of back he is. He gets stronger as the game goes along.
Our announcers brought this up in the booth. You're on the road. Every time you got down, you came back. Down again, you came back. What kind of a statement is that?
I don't know. I'm not into statements. I'm just into winning games, bud. I don't know.
Thanks so much.
All right, thank you.
Thanks for watching ESPN on ABC.
November 18th, 1970, Joe Frazier, heavyweight champion of the world, takes on world light heavyweight champion Bob Foster. Let's go back and watch Foster when he was training for tonight's fight. Here's the world light heavyweight champion limbering up. Bob has been called by many the hardest puncher in the 69-year history of the light heavyweight division. It's customary, if not fashionable, not to wager on who will win when Foster fights, but rather on which round his opponent is going to be knocked out in. Foster has become quite a unique champion because his punching power has become legendary even while he is still the world light heavyweight title holder. But Bob is taking on the one man who never takes a backward step in the ring. The one man who takes everything that's dished out and then bombs you out of there. No one, not even Bob Foster, can be called a punching favorite over Smoking Joe Frazier, the heavyweight champion of the world. Joe is the most devastating puncher the heavyweights have seen in the past decade. And now we go to the night of the fight. That's heavyweight champion Joe Frazier, standing in his corner waiting to be introduced. Challenger Bob Foster. This is Bob's big opportunity to win the World Heavyweight Championship. Bob limbering up. The fighters come out for round one. Joe Frazier goes right to work in black trunks. Bob Foster in blue trunks. Foster has had 45 fights, of which he has won 41, 35 by knockout. A very impressive record. Frazier always moving in on world light heavyweight champion Bob Foster. Joe Frazier won the 1964 Olympic Games heavyweight title and then turned professional the following year. Frazier has had 25 fights, winning them all, 22 by knockout. A spectacular record. Bob Foster looking to get in one clean shot here in round one. Champion Joe Frazier always pressing. Frazier won the New York State heavyweight title in 1968 when he KO'd Buster Mathis in New York. Joe defended that title against Manuel Ramos, Oscar Bonavena, Dave Ziglowitz, and Jerry Quarry. Joe won the world heavyweight title only 8 months ago when he KO'd WBA heavyweight king Jimmy Ellis at New York. Tonight's fight is the first for Joe since winning the undisputed world title. Sharp, jolting punches by Joe Frazier. Bob sticks out that long left. He wants to keep Joe away from him. Sharp, stinging punches by Bob Foster. And Joe Frazier comes bombing right back. The end of a marvelous round one. It's hard to envision these two men keeping up this pace for 15 grueling rounds.
Hi, I'm Joe Theismann, and no matter what stadium I'd broadcast from, I would always have to find the closest bathroom, just in case I had that sudden urge to go. My prostate was giving me fits.
But then I heard about Super Beta Prostate's nationwide million-bottle giveaway, and I got a free bottle. What a difference it made. I don't have to go as often, and I don't have to get up at night as much. Now I wake up refreshed and ready to tackle anything. Super Beta Prostate has sold over 5 million bottles, helping over 2 million men, because 50% of men over 50 and 80% of men over 80 have prostate issues. Chances are you need Super Beta Prostate to keep you healthy too. What's so special about Super Beta Prostate is that it's the most widely used supplement supporting a healthy prostate. It has a trusted 10-year history, and it's all natural, made from a scientific breakthrough plant sterol called beta-cytosterol. You have to take 100 saw palmetto capsules to get the same amount of beta-cytosterol as you would from just one Super Beta Prostate tablet.
If you want a stronger urine flow and a more complete emptying of your bladder, I recommend Super Beta Prostate. Super Beta Prostate works.
I couldn't sleep through the night. I found the Super Beta Prostate, which was announced over the radio. I got a free bottle, and now I'm sleeping all the way through the night. I am really happy.
I sleep through the night. I don't have any sudden urges to go to the bathroom.
Now I sleep through the night. I wake up completely energized, and my days are just great because of this product.
There's no reason to accept the issues that come with an aging prostate. So get Super Beta Prostate today. It works for me both during the day and at night. My wife and I sleep a whole lot better, and we wake up feeling more refreshed and younger.
Call now and we'll send every new customer a free bottle of Super Beta Prostate. Just pay shipping and handling. Give Super Beta Prostate a try for free. Call 1-800-506-3612, 1-800-506-3612, 1-800-506-3612.
MLS Cup 2011. LA Galaxy.
It's McGee again. Donovan does it.
Houston Dynamo.
It's a beauty for the Dynamo.
LA's David Beckham looks to cement his MLS legacy with a trophy as the league's best team takes on a Houston side unbeaten in over 2 months. MLS Cup 2011, Sunday at 9 on ESPN.
With just 3 weeks left in the season, catch the exclusive unveiling of the new BCS standings. BCS Countdown, Sunday at 8:15 on ESPN.
Joe Frazier gets instructions from Yank Durham, his manager. Bob Foster waiting to come out. The fighters move out for round 2. Joe Frazier in black trunks, stalking world light heavyweight champion Bob Foster in blue. Smoking Joe Frazier's all business in there. Frazier constantly pressing. And Foster is hit with a paralyzing left hook. Frazier goes to a neutral corner as the referee picks up the count. Bob is hurt. Foster courageously gets to his feet. Champion Joe Frazier moves in to finish it. Paralyzing punches by champion Joe Frazier. A dynamite left hook and Bob Foster goes down again. The referee picks up the count. Bob vainly tries to get to his feet. It's all over. Joe Frazier wins by a sudden dramatic knockout in round 2. Let's watch as the slow motion camera at ringside reveals the crushing knockout power of champion Joe Frazier. Joe, always the aggressor. A crushing left hook, and down goes Bob Foster for the first knockdown. Frazier walks to the neutral corner. The referee screams out the count to Bob. Wearily, Bob Foster gets to his feet. The dazed Bob Foster watches as Joe Frazier moves in. Joe knows his man is very hurt. A dynamite left to the jaw, and Foster goes down for the second time. Once again, from the overhead camera, in slow motion, champion Joe Frazier shows why he's the most feared puncher the heavyweights have had since Rocky Marciano was shattering heavyweights all over the ring in the 1950s. Frazier moving in, getting ready to throw that bomb. There it is. Foster goes down. Only tremendous courage gets Bob to his feet. Bob knows what's coming now. The champion moves in to finish the job. Foster almost goes down from weariness. And now the final dynamite left to the jaw, which ends Bob Foster's bid for the World Heavyweight Championship. It's all over. A dramatic second-round knockout. Joe Frazier retains the heavyweight championship of the world with a sudden and convincing knockout of light heavyweight champion Bob Foster. Once again, champion Joe Frazier has demonstrated that he's the premier puncher of the heavyweights. Now the stage is set for Joe to meet undefeated Muhammad Ali in the Battle of the Champions.
Look, I think we should streak right up the flank. Yeah, cutting across the middle.
And then we have to deal with these guys.
Start with the scalpel and open things up.
And we're going to use this baby to split the defense.
Good idea. Morton, Adam, grab some sponges. Coach, get the suction. All right, doctors, let's put some time back on this guy's clock.
Sunday NFL Countdown, presented by IBM, Sundays at 10 a.m. on ESPN.
If you need cash now, here's how to get up to $1,500 fast with instant approval and no credit checks. Simply log on to needcash.com.